Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm a Ukrainian. I have decided I will vlog daily from my country Ukraine since the start of this awful war with Russia. And in my daily videos I try to answer your questions, to tell you the things we consider important in Ukraine, and also to introduce you to our history and culture. And today I want to speak about Maria Prymachenko, who is a very famous naive artist of Ukraine, and her museum was also destroyed during this awful war on the 28th of February. It is located in the Kyiv region. Of course, many of her beautiful paintings survived, and she is an extremely important representative of our culture. But today I will introduce you to her story and also to some of her animals recreated on one of the murals in my city, Lutsk. Let's start from the very beginning, and this mural was created to celebrate one of the anniversaries in her biography. And you remember that I'm not a professional vlogger, plus it is located at the backyard of our city council, so there is not much space to film everything. All of these animals come from Ukrainian fairy tales, mythology. She received her inspiration in her everyday village life. So flowers, berries, and animals are very important for Prymachenko's naive artistic lifestyle and style in general. And let me know if you like some of these animals. And a lion again. I'm a Leo, by the way. So you see a lion with a fish at the end of its tail. And now there is a very interesting project, a cartoon. I will leave a link in my first comment that made all of these animals alive. It was supported by the Ukrainian Cultural Foundation I work with. Look at this beautiful Ukrainian couple. Again, a lion, I guess, and one more lion. So you see how long it is, and all of these animals were recreated based on the works of Maria Prymachenko, a famous Ukrainian artist of the naive style. You see a horse playing a violin and all of that, and the trees in blossom. Messages like that you will find in many different places in my city, and they inform us about the bomb shelters that are located and the direction we have to move in. And here is a walking street, a pedestrian street. I live close to it in the center. Just a small introduction to some other less touristic districts of my town. By the way, I did not plan to show you this mural, but it also depicts Lesya Ukrainka, who is one of the most famous Ukrainian writers. And a quote, "The university in my city is named after Lesya Ukrainka. She was a very strong feminist, an extremely clever woman that traveled a lot. She was ill with tuberculosis, but at the same time very strong. And she's very much respected in Ukrainian culture. Her family did a lot for our culture and development." You know, it's spring outside and people are getting crazy and too loud. And for a non-professional vlogger like I am, it's really difficult to record something. So I have decided to continue this tour at home. And also this will help me to demonstrate you this beautiful t-shirt, which says that my superpower is that I'm Ukrainian. And now I believe this is true. So Maria Prymachenko was born at the beginning of the 20th century in a small Ukrainian village. She did not receive specific artistic education, and also when she was small she got poliomyelitis that influenced her health a lot. Until the end of her life she was wearing long skirts to cover her legs that were influenced by the disease. And she discovered her talent in early childhood when she was doing some village work, and she loved drawing various plants she saw. And later she noticed blue clay and decorated with its help her house. And later her neighbors and other people asked her to decorate their houses. It's a very typical naive Ukrainian tradition, by the way, to decorate village houses with various ornaments. And important zones in the houses were often decorated with berries, animals, birds, and I think it's very beautiful, and this technique, this tradition can be popular even now. And she was married and had a son, but her husband died during the Second World War. And another trouble that came to her life was Chernobyl catastrophe, because she lived very close to this 3-kilometer zone. And one of her late exhibitions were dedicated to the Chernobyl catastrophe. But in general, she did not receive a specific education, and she was very much afraid to visit other places, zoos, because she did not want to be influenced and to erase this image of magical animals from her head. In one famous exhibition in 1937, it seems to me, in Paris, Pablo Picasso was fascinated by her works, and it seems to me he even spoke that a lady like that would be world famous if she lived outside the Soviet Union. And she also decorated lots of books, and today her images, these animals, birds, and all the other canvases, they are very recognizable in Ukrainian culture. They are often used on t-shirts, in the books, and all the other things you can think about. And there is also a cartoon I will link a link to, so that you can watch and see how these animals are revived. And definitely her life was not easy, because she had to combine her village life, work in kolhozb, with her artistic talent. But I think such people, they demonstrate the true character of the nation. And the fact that her museum was destroyed on the 28th of February this year by Russian orcs also demonstrate how they want to erase Ukrainian culture, how the fight against Ukrainians in general. And we rarely speak about the loss of this important cultural heritage object, but I think still many things must be demonstrated, must be saved. And all this digitalization that is so fashionable gets a second reading or second understanding now in Ukraine during the wartime. I do realize how important it is to scan, to preserve archives, books, paintings, buildings, because with the help of all these technologies, we will be able to recreate them if something really bad happens. But of course, there are other paintings that survived, and I'm sure the fame and the message of Maria Prymachenko will not disappear. But this is so illustrative of this totally wrong war that the Russian regime started against a totally normal and I would say really beautiful culture of Ukraine. Thank you for watching. If you like my vlogs, please subscribe and ask your questions. I'm always glad to answer them. Thank you for your support. Slava Ukraini!